This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
Is the man, the myth, the legend. That is Manny Navarro. How you feeling, baby?
I'm doing okay, yo. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, now I can see you.
Now
too.
you can see me. There you go. You got the.
I can see clearly now. Manny's on YouTube. All right. All right. So, inquiring minds want to know which is the suckiest place to play in the ACC.
Yeah, I mean, that was a fun
Not to
little
give away
project.
the whole article because I don't want to give it away, but I have to ask you. You got to give us that nugget there from the article. So
Yeah, absolutely. I was gonna say it's just a fun piece to do. I had some fun talking to these guys.
Fun piece to read.
Yeah, it was definitely entertaining. There was some great stuff that made the cutting room floor, just because we had some bad language in it and other things like that. But
you can say it here. we don't edit. We don't edit that, so you can go ahead if there was some that.
Yeah, no, it had more to do with guys kind of not talking crap, but just kind of having fun with their friends, in the league and guys that they know, kind of a locker room type of atmosphere thing. So, no, I think the worst place to play, and to be honest, I think what I got away from that whole thing was how much these guys enjoy actually going on the road. You know how we always talk about, man,
feed off of that. Yes.
Yes, they really do feed off of the environment, and I think a lot of them really love going to Virginia Tech because the whole Enter Sandman song in the beginning, and just the way that the fans, like, people think, oh man, these teams are going to be scared. They're not. These kids are not scared to go on the road. Like, that's not what bothers them. I think what bothers them is, going to their hotel and having people already sleeping in their rooms, or having bugs and people leaving turds in their toilet, which has happened to several of these guys apparently. And I will say, it seems like they really do enjoy coming to Miami because, besides the fact that they're coming here and winning, they're staying in really nice places. Hard Rock's got the NFL facilities, the locker room. So it was just, I kept thinking as I interviewed these kids, I'm like, man, I remember how much people hated coming to the Orange Bowl, right?
Dude, wait a minute. Hold on a second. We hated going to the Orange Bowl.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
People, okay? The press box sucked. It was near the goddamn clouds. Okay? The elevator was the slowest elevator in the history of mankind, and it had no AC on top of all of that. Then when you got to the locker rooms, they were like high school locker rooms. You're running into players as you're trying to weave in and out of an interview. And if you had to go to the visitors' locker room, holy crap, dude. If I was stringing for the visiting team, because back in the day, stringing and all that I used to do with the phone coupler and all that kind of crap. Oh
gosh, yeah, the good old days.
And the alligator clips and all that kind of stuff. People don't know the stuff that we used to do to make money, bro. Anyway, when you had to go into the visiting locker room in the Orange Bowl, which was just like, it was even worse. It was like doing an interview in a walk-in closet with a whole bunch of fat guys. That's just, and sweaty and stinky
and naked, right? Because
it's just yeah, dude. The Orange Bowl. Like, for those of you that were in the stands, because I did the stands thing too as a fan, also.
Yeah.
You were so much better off than all the crap that was going on in the media side of it. It wasn't a comfortable place to work, bro, at all.
Well, and I can tell you that nowadays kids love coming to play at Hard Rock, man. They just do. I mean, they were talking about how great the showers are. It's like coming to a first class. So maybe there's some correlation to why Miami went 2-5 last year at home. It's such a great place to come play,
Yeah, their visiting locker room is probably better than most of their locker rooms as it is.
Yeah.
So that's probably what it is overall when they go to again, what Tom Garfinkel has done there. It's A++++. When we talk about somebody like, when you see Michael McCullough with the Heat and you see Tom Garfinkel with the Dolphins, the business side, my God, you know what I'm talking about? These are like, these dudes are elite. Like, man, you know what I'm saying?
Professional. Yeah, the
And
best
that's
of the
because,
best.
right, they're the best of the best because we've been around them and
Hmm.
we've seen that, overall. I think the Panthers are also, I don't know who's the business dude on it. It might be Caldwell, but I know Caldwell's kind of tied with the pro side too of it. So, but maybe if it is Caldwell, the Panthers are also kind of on their way, doing stuff like that too at a real first class level, man. So I'm not surprised that they love that. And then Virginia Tech looks like a tough place to play, but because they're probably so liquored up,
Right.
that atmosphere has to juice the players up.
Oh, it does, and I think that's what a lot of them live for. They live for the heckling. They live for the hey, this guy's cussing me out. They kind of laugh. They enjoy that process. So, it's just an interesting story to read, especially because I think some of our perspectives, right, as fans and journalists, it kind of turns it on its ear a little bit. Some of the responses and answers, and I thought it was a fun read. And yeah, I'd tell you if you're an ACC football fan or just a college football fan, that's the kind of story you want to read.
Right. I'm with you there. No doubt about it. All right. What's the biggest nugget takeaway from ACC Media Days?
Well, I think from a Miami perspective, I'll give you a Miami perspective and an ACC perspective. I think let's start with the ACC. Obviously, I know a lot of fans want to see this league make more money. We've seen Colorado leaving, right, the Pac-12 to go join the Big 12, and people have asked me many times, what's the ACC gonna do? Right now, I think amongst a lot of the schools, there's a lot of angst. Yes, they're trying to work with the commissioner to make more money, bring in more revenue. But I think certainly that angst is not going to go away as the Big 12 continues to load up and bring more teams in and work on eventually get the better TV deal than the ACC. Because that's what's going to happen. There's going to be a gap between just the ACC and Big 12. The Big 12 is going to start to add more revenue here in the time going forward. So that's a big topic. I think behind the scenes, that's never going to go away. I think we're going to be constantly hearing reports and stories about it. I think Florida State, Clemson, I think the schools that want to compete for national championships, Miami hopes to get there. I think that's always going to be a discussion here going forward. I don't think it just goes away quietly. And then as far as Miami's concerned, my big nugget is just it seems like and again, I know we say this every single year, but they really do feel like there's better leadership with this team. And I kind of got that from the three players, not from talking to Mario. Mario's got what he wants to say and put out there, but I think the players themselves, between Tyler Van Dyke, Cam Kitchens, and everybody who was in Charlotte, that their leadership council has grown significantly. So there's just more leaders, more people that they trust in doing the right thing and being the right kind of guy. So to me, that's part of their culture shift. You want tangible evidence? They had 6 guys that were part of the leadership council last year. There's 13 now. That's a good sign. And to me, that
Well,
at
that's
least
also a sign. Okay, that's also a sign that they trust more people. I
yeah,
don't think you give 13 when you don't trust 13. I think you give 13 because 13 have earned the right to be that and that they trust those guys.
yeah,
For now, at least. For now,
yeah,
they've earned that right. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So because Mario's old school. You can tell that dude is just not going to hand off leadership, captain or anything to just anybody. You're going to
Hmm.
have to earn that. So you're right. That's progress in the sense that the coaching staff has more people they trust now. In other
Well,
words,
the players are the ones that have to pick the leadership council. The coaches don't have anything to do with that. That's the
wow.
players. Yes.
Okay.
So you need 75% of the vote from your teammates. And last year they only got to 6. There were only 6 guys that were trusted to become
Wow.
part of that group. Now there's
Oh, so
13.
that's interesting. So you've got to earn it from within.
Correct. You got
Interesting.
to
I
sort
like
of
that.
shows you the dysfunction maybe that they had. That there were only 6 guys that they could all reach a consensus with 75% of the vote. Yeah, that
That's
guy did.
interesting.
So now there's 13, and yeah. So I think to me that just shows you there's much more trust and much more established leadership in different rooms. There's guys at multiple positions that were selected there. And again, it's a leadership council. It's guys within, and look, it's not gonna, you know, those don't count for touchdowns on the scoreboard. But I think from a, where is the program state, right? How are they sort of progressing? That, to me, that's an important number. It's an important number in the sense that there's more guys now that are viewed as leaders and people that they could trust.
Okay. All right. I like that. Health-wise, how are they going into camp?
A few guys are still going to be out recovering from surgery. I think the big one, obviously, is Zion Nelson. He's still not there for the start of camp. I think that he's going to eventually return in the middle of camp, and then we will see. But the way it sounds to me, I mean, the way things are sort of shaping up, I think they like the 5 that they had in the spring, from left to right. I think Jalen Rivers, they're going to give him first crack of being the left tackle, and then they'll go from there. You'll have Francis Mauigoa most likely in the starting lineup at right tackle, and the transfers in at left guard and center, and then Inez Cooper at right guard, and that'll be their 5. And if Zion can get back to being fully healthy and Jalen Rivers is struggling, then you probably give Zion a shot at left tackle again, but it just depends on where he is with his health. And then, a couple of other guys are still, again, trying to work their way back. Trevante Citizen is the interesting one because he was the big recruit that they got at the end of last season, had the ACL injury before the season started. And now he's inching to get back little by little. And Mario thinks they'll have him by the midway point of the year. So he's not out. He's not going to miss the entire season like I had heard. I heard there was a chance he might miss the whole year. But it looks like he'll be back in the middle of it.
All right, I like it. What is the position that you would be concerned the most going into this season?
I think cornerback. I mean, I know that they've brought in a lot of new guys, but you had 2 guys drafted that made it to the NFL, and you weren't very good at the position last year. Whew. Doesn't end, brother. You guys are close to me too, by the way. I'm out here West Pines as well, so. I'm hearing the same thing.
Yeah, but you're not with equipment out in the open.
No,
and I already stopped the broadcast once and restarted it right. I restarted it right before you came on.
Yes.
Because the storm kind of went away and it kind of calmed down, and then all of a sudden it's picked up again. The thunder's closer, the lightning's right here, and I'm like, oh shit, am I gonna get shot?
Yeah. Well, we can wrap it up. I don't want anything to happen to you.
I got Alex Winley next, so we got to talk Inter also, because we got to talk the Marlins nightmare, which is called InterMiami now. You know what I'm saying? Oh, doggy, yeah, that's it.
Yep.
It's if I know they made the Dave Robertson move, but brother, if you guys don't start spending, nobody will even know baseball exists for the summers to come, because that team is going to dominate the summers coming up, brother. Oh, my God. What that guy is doing now, they have unleashed the beast and the wallets.
Yep.
And all hell's breaking loose, dude.
You're right.
All hell's breaking loose. Are you going to go to one of those games?
I'd like to at some point. I think obviously if Messi's here next year, right? As he's supposed to be. I can definitely go. I can definitely go earlier in the summer when the season starts. Now that camp's getting started, and I'm going to be driving around all over the state doing things. I'll have to find the time to squeeze it in, but
I'm shocked you guys haven't hired an InterMiami rider.
It's because we've got our national people who obviously want those stories, man. It's a big story, so nationally, it's.
Alex Winley's coming up next. She's got some skills, bro.
I know.
Pass the word on. Maybe
I will
hire an Alex Winley.
They may contact her to have her down here. Yeah, you never know. So we'll see.
Yeah. Do you know Alex? She's really good, bro.
I haven't met her yet. Woof. Hang in there, oh.
All right. Anyway. So we'll try to survive here, bro.
Hang in there, bro. Cover yourselves in something, dude. I don't know what.
I need rubber suits or something.
Rubber suits, that's what you need, yeah.
I need rubber suits, rubber gloves. Oh, yeah, he's on a metal folding chair.
Oh, Jesus.
Anyway, what do you got going on in the Athletic besides telling him to hire Alex Winley?
Well, of course, the story that we already talked about. There'll be much more. I'm going to be writing a Louisville piece just because I was there. I talked to Mike Norvell for a while. There'll be more on FSU. There'll definitely be more Miami coverage, like I said, going forward. Football season's back, man. So come read at The Athletic. There's tons of content in there for college football. Doesn't matter whether it's Miami or anybody else. There's tons of stories there.
Check it out at Manny_Navarro on Twitter, and make sure you subscribe to The Athletic, baby, and support Manny and all the terrific writers locally and nationally. Manny, as always, thank you, my brother. Appreciate you immensely.
All right, man. Appreciate you too. Stay safe.
You got it. We will try. 2511 South University Drive in Davie. That is Canesware. Well, actually, I got to get the new address. They haven't moved completely yet because I think in another week or two is the soft opening. So, but it is for now. It is 2511 South University Drive in Davie. It'll be a couple stores down, right next to, literally next to Las Spadas. See, us fat people, we remember food. And so we can't wait for him to officially move because every time we go, we'll be in the AC and we're right next to La Spada, baby. Woo, doggy. Yeah. So think about it. You can go get some great Canes gear, InterMiami gear. You can get your Messi jersey. They got Messi shirts, some killer hats, all kinds of stuff, man. Get your ass down there. And by the way, if you don't live close by, maybe you're a little too far, maybe you live out of state, go to caneswear.com. If you order over $99, you will get free shipping. So you tell Brett and Jeff and all the great people out there that Big O sent you. Caneswear.com.
If you